It's on.
It is so on.
Pull up a chair, grab a cold one, smoke 'em if you got 'em. It's time for the Fan Happy Hour. On the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080. The Fan. Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Hey! Happy Hump Day, all you beautiful radio listeners. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your afternoon. Let's check in with the most important man, Jeff Rust.
Well, I tell you what, I just hit those smelling salts for the second time. The first one was just kind of a little, last week or something, a little what have you. And this time, I think I hit it harder than I meant to, so I'm all jacked up like George Kittle.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. If anybody missed it, Dirt and Sprague decided that if smelling salts were so bad for you, we should try them.
Yes.
And brought some in, so now we've got some community smelling salts. I have not hit the smelling salts.
Oh, no, you
yet.
haven't? I think
No?
Danny's hooked on them.
Which
is the biggest surprise in the building, yeah.
I'm sure that is something to throw people off. Well, happy National Radio Day to you, young man.
And to you, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Did you ever expect that you would work in radio?
No.
Yeah, same, man. Totally by accident.
I remember, even when I was a kid, and look, I was one of those weird kids when I was 8, 9 years old.
You're still a weird kid, I would say. Is that
yeah,
fair?
Pretty
Okay.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah. But I grew up on your night courts and LA laws and stuff. And so when I grew up as a kid, I was like, I'm going to go be a lawyer.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't have any of those things of where I want to be a firefighter or I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a professional baseball player. I was like, I want to go be a lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I wanted to be a professional football player.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting to the point where I realized that I would not be 6'4" like my brothers.
Yeah.
Because all three of my older brothers, 6'4".
Ooh.
And I thought I would be I thought I could play tight end or something. I wanted to be a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I don't know if I was never the fastest guy on the team, but I have good hands.
Right.
Man, if I get to 6'4".
Scrappy, coach's kid.
Oh, yeah.
Knows the game.
Well, I don't even know if I had that much going for me because it went off the
Gym rat.
Yeah. As I got to high school, it just kind of faded away, and then I went. Once I got to high school, I decided that I wanted to do something maybe with art or entertainment. I ended up getting an internship and got a job doing animation, and then I was doing that. I was like, I want to be a writer or an animator or a comedian, and then I just moved to Vegas and tried to be a comedian. And the radio thing was that stupid hunt for the host all those years ago.
Yeah.
And here it is 11 and a half years later, whatever, and still doing radio. How did you get into it?
I remember as a youth, it did not take me long to realize that athletics was not going to be my forte.
I think that's what I wanted to do. I mean, that's like the most vivid memory of what I
enjoyed
loved
playing sports,
football,
but I knew that I wasn't really any good at them.
How'd you get into radio?
Well,
if you wanted to be a lawyer, where did that go off the rails?
Okay,
and
so
where
then,
did this become?
Once I got into high school and realized that I was not cut out for the conditioning of high school soccer, I was like, I don't want to run this much.
Sure.
I played a little bit of tennis, but that's when I went into drama and theater. And so I spent 3 years in high school doing the school plays and musicals and stuff. Went to college the first time and screwed around and drank and smoked too much, and they asked me to give them a try some other time. But
Fair
so
enough.
I do remember, though, after I had left and when I first got my bartending job at Old Chicago, and that was about when the shows like PTI got their start. And I was like, you know what? I was like, maybe. And that's when I first started listening to sports talk radio. I was like, maybe it's sports could be fun.
Okay.
And even after that, it was still another 8 years or so. It was when I hit 29 and I realized I had not yet gotten my college degree. And I said, it's time to go back. So I went back to Portland State and focused on communications, or I majored in communications with a focus on mass media.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, let's go give this a try.
All
so
right.
I went and did that and got an internship here for a couple of quarters. And that was in 2007.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Almost 18 years?
18, yeah, coming up on, I think December will be 18 years.
Well, hey, congratulations. Happy National Radio Day to everybody listening as well. So speaking of, being in radio, I make this promise every week to come out on Tuesdays and tell people who won the pick'em, and then I forget so far every week on Tuesday.
We'll get this down. It's all good.
Yeah.
We're still learning.
Nathan Tiertik I don't know if I'm saying the last name. Trtek.
TRT.
I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah.
I don't know. Nathan, you're our winner. You won
I feel like we need another vowel in there somewhere.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's on there. So anyways, that's our winner. So Nathan, if you're listening, congratulations. I'll shoot you an email after the show, and I also got the pick 'em ready for next week. So I'll try to send it out today. No promise. No promises.
Exactly.
I'll do my best. I've already built it, so I'll get it out. We can do picks tomorrow. But I do have a Thursday night football game in it, and we have actual games to pick
Yes.
this week in the college football realm. So I'm very excited.
Well, we kind of do. There's
Well,
one game that's worth
But
picking.
they're games that count.
Yes,
they are
exactly.
not preseason games. So I will count them as real games.
Yes.
And they're going to be played this week. So that's very
Alrighty.
exciting.
Don't forget to include Schultze on this too, because he'll be here tomorrow.
That is right.
Friday.
We will have Schultze tomorrow and Schultze on Friday. I am running Hood to Coast on Friday, so Dusty will be in.
Mhm.
But
I am running the Rust household on Friday.
congratulations.
Yeah.
All right. Don't you normally run the?
No.
Oh yeah, your wife is
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
Come on,
running.
we all know this.
You're
The wife-
fully in charge.
Yes,
not
the-
partially.
Yeah.
Not
yes, this-
ceremoniously.
Correct. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. She's tagging out.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Listen,
But for good
that's-
reasons.
That is what relationships are built on. You have to be
Yes.
able to tag out every once in a while. But yes, real college football tomorrow. I wanted to start with how uncomfortable do you get when you hear something from college football that involves the word nuance? To me, I feel like nobody does nuance worse than college football. But if
I
you
can
didn't
agree
hear
with
the
that.
story, the College Football Playoff Committee has emphasized, is going to be emphasizing strength of schedule and adding a record strength to the metrics that they use to select their playoff teams.
All right. Well, for those of you listening on radio, you could not see my eyeballs roll completely back into the back of my head.
I could hear the exhale that you dropped as I was saying that.
Yeah.
But so the way that this is supposed to work is that they want to give you more credit for quality victories and more punishment for losing to bad teams. Here's the thing that college football needs to realize is all of the credit and all of the strength of schedule is based on uneven schedules.
Mhm.
So we just had the coaches poll and the AP top 25 come out, and now automatically we have big top 25 matchups. Iowa State, Kansas State in Dublin tomorrow is a top 25 matchup. Will either of those teams be in the top 25 at the end of the season?
One. I'll bet one might be.
But one of those two teams,
Yeah. Exactly.
very much to be determined. What was the game that was played in Ireland last year to kick things off?
Oh, sweet fancy Moses. I don't know. Let's see here.
Florida
Hit the
State.
old,
Georgia Tech, I believe, is the game that I'm thinking of.
let's
I'm
see
pretty-
here.
pretty sure-
Georgia Tech.
I'm pretty sure I got it.
And Florida is my
Florida
internet-
State.
Florida State. Yes.
Florida State. What was Florida State ranked at that time when that game was played?
Well, they were somewhere in that top 25.
They
and
were in
then
the top 10, my
Okay,
friend.
yeah.
And
then
Georgia
they
Tech won that
pooped
game.
bed.
And we get very excited because Georgia Tech might be for real. Turns out Florida State
was just that bad.
was a 2-win team.
Yes.
So now putting it in there, how do you rate that at strength of schedule? How do you figure out how these things are going to be? The strength of record, or whatever, what do they call it? Record strength. Adding in another metric that has an arbitrary rating
Yes.
into a thing that is already arbitrary. College football. I've told you this many times. It's only going to cost you $300K per year. I will be your scheduler. I'll drop everything else I'm doing, and I will put together a college football schedule that can be fair.
Don't sell yourself short. They got plenty of money.
I
They can
don't-
pay you more than $300K.
I don't care. Listen, if you paid me that, because listen, it's gonna be work from home. If you need me to travel and do anything else, you can up the ante.
Oh, well, no.
I'm happy to do it
That
for
requires
that.
no travel.
I will. I don't think it does either.
But
you need
you
to
should give yourself a per diem. Let me DoorDash the hell out of this stuff while I sit in here.
I want the job that bad that I will lowball myself. I will put it out there. Yes, it's probably worth a lot more than that. But can we have some consistency in scheduling? Because the real problem is you don't even have consistency among conferences. If you compare the non-conference schedules within the Big Ten, within the SEC, the Big 12, the ACC, none of them are equivalent.
Right.
Then you get into the actual conference schedules where you're playing 9 games in most conferences. The ACC only plays, the SEC only plays 8. You have these wild swings where some of the Big Ten schools are playing all of the top teams and some are playing none of the top teams.
Indiana.
It's
Indiana
pretty
came out and said they want to schedule it like the SEC.
well, and I don't think they're wrong because
They're
guess
not.
who's not going to change?
Yeah, the SEC.
And we know that.
But
so,
the SEC will still bitch and moan and say, hey, well, guess what? Each of our teams, they schedule one against a Power 5 opponent to get one. But guess what? But then there's that 4th non-conference game right before, in November against the Little Sisters of the Poor.
I don't think that's a terrible idea. Why not throw it in?
It's a terrible idea.
Why not? If you're the SEC, has it worked?
I hate you.
Has it worked?
For them, perception-wise, and I guess so, but perhaps, tell you what, and again, sure, has it worked? But what is wrong with everybody playing on the same kind of level playing field?
Again, if you
9 conference games for everybody.
I would agree with you. Listen, if I was in charge,
And 1 Power 5 team in that non-conference.
if I was in charge, it would be 9. They have not hired me yet. The offer is out there. It's in the public domain. If they'd like to hire me, I think I can do a better job than letting the individual schools schedule their games. Right? That seems pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Making something that is fair. Here's the other thing, is when they add this record strength metric to it, who does it benefit?
The SEC.
There you go.
Of course.
There you go. All right, let's go
My head
to
hurts.
In Case You Missed It. In case you missed it, Lamar Jackson is not hurt.
What?
You know you're good at football when the top headline on ESPN at 1 o'clock this afternoon is Lamar Jackson not hurt at practice.
He's okay.
Somebody stepped on his foot. The whole Baltimore community panicked, and the headline read, Lamar Jackson not hurt. There you go. Von Miller thinks that Peyton Manning, not Tom Brady, is in fact the GOAT. Listen, Von Miller, good
Former
for
teammate.
Good for you,
Former
standing up for
teammate.
your teammate. But Tom Brady left Bill Belichick and went and won another Super Bowl. He is the GOAT. If we want to give our credit to Peyton Manning, so if you want to say Peyton Manning was better pre-snap than Tom Brady, fine. Peyton Manning has a better personality than Tom Brady. I wholeheartedly agree.
Oh, yes.
Peyton Manning has a bigger forehead. Sure, but only because Tom Brady started doing hair plugs as soon as he won his first Super Bowl. So, have you compared Tom Brady's hairline now to his rookie photos?
Well, Tom Brady is definitely, he's Benjamin Button.
Yeah, he is.
Because look at his draft photo, his
That-
shirtless draft photo.
Just look at his forehead in that.
Yeah.
It
Well,
would
I'm
be
talking,
growing.
Look,
I know.
Look, he was 21 and had a dad bod, and now he's 47, and there is no dad bod.
Hence the joke, my friend. Desmond Howard is dismissing Fox's Big Noon Kickoff as a meaningful rival to ESPN's College Game Day.
Well, of course he is. 'Cause he works for ESPN.
He has stated that Game Day's true competition is NBA on TNT for the Sports Emmy. I'm kind of with Howard. I have a hard time taking a college program seriously that does not know that college football exists in more than one time zone. Come on. Big Noon
Yeah.
is a stupid name for a show that airs
Correct.
at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and noon.
You are correct.
Okay.
But to be fair, Desmond Howard comparing a college football program to NBA that airs at different points.
They compete for Emmys.
Emmys, yes. Still
They compete
dumb.
for Emmys.
Still dumb.
Well,
in my opinion.
So, not as dumb as Big Noon
No, yeah.
at 9
I
a.m.
know. East Coast bias.
According to his agent, Anthony Richards' future is now uncertain with the Colts after they announced that Daniel Jones would be their starter. Also uncertain, Anthony Richardson's ability to play quarterback uncertain. His work ethic, uncertain. His toughness, uncertain. His endurance, uncertain. His ability to play wide receiver, also uncertain. So maybe he has
Look, see, now when it comes to the work ethic, yes, we have two different, very divergent points on that. One with him coming out and saying, I need to come out and sit out because I'm tired.
Yeah, well, that's the endurance part of it.
Yes.
But yeah.
But the other being, what was it, like in the meetings beforehand, early on in rookie camp, where he stayed around and picked up everybody else's trash afterwards, and he was the only one doing that. That's where, in terms of work ethic.
But listen, I didn't say he doesn't have. I said it's uncertain.
Oh, yeah. Just saying.
You're defending Anthony Richardson?
In that scenario, yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm not defending him as an NFL quarterback. I'm defending him as a person.
This is one of those things where I wonder how much he loves football, and does he just want to play? Will he do everything he can to get on the field? But like I said, there's a whole list of quarterbacks. He is younger than Bo Nix, Tyler Shuck. He is younger than Michael Penix Jr. He is younger than a lot of guys.
A handful.
That are still playing. And you know what? Sometimes just getting a second chance, getting with the right organization, usually being a high draft pick, puts you with a bad organization. He was a 4th overall pick, ends up with the Colts that have made a lot of decisions over the last however many years. So you wonder if anybody's going to be willing to trade him as a backup and give him a chance to kind of learn the game behind a great quarterback or what. So who knows what his future is. I will agree.
Yeah,
uncertain.
Fair enough.
Uncertain. All right, we move on to the Daily Buzz. We do it next. This is Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
See Headlines, trending topics, and trivial matters that got our attention. It's the Daily Buzz on the Fan Happy Hour.
The Buzz.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Well, it's official. The Mariners have been swept by the Philadelphia Phillies. Anybody that was excited at the beginning of this road trip that you might be seeing a World Series preview is probably a little bit down on the Seattle team. And if you're looking at a comparison of two lineups to see which is better, you might want to look at the one that scored 11 runs today, scored 6 runs yesterday, and 12 on Sunday or Monday. Not a great road trip for the M's. They lose the series to the Baltimore Orioles. They lose the series to the New York Mets. They get beat up in front of a bunch of little leaguers. Then they get absolutely housed by the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies have more home runs than anybody since the All-Star break. They're absolutely mashing. What did I tell you about Eugenio Suarez yesterday?
That he's not doing anything since he came back to Seattle.
And that he hits home runs when they don't matter. So he got one today.
Yeah.
So that's good. Julio hit another home run.
Yeah.
And just, boy, this is
on this road trip, they went,
2 and 7.
Yeah.
2 and 7.
That's not good, Bob.
Not great. Not great. They do get the A's. Hopefully a chance to lick their wounds a little bit as they head back home. But not the best start for a team that was starting to get a bunch of hype. So looking bad, most of the teams are losing around them. The Yankees finally got a win with 9 home runs yesterday, so they're now 1 game up in the wild card. I believe.
Astros lost today.
Hey, listen, positive
To the
things.
Tigers, so that's good.
Or were you the one that said that the Mariners winning the division would be more about the Astros failing than the Mariners succeeding?
I don't believe that was me, but I'll take credit for it.
Sure, I'll give you credit for it. I have no problem with that. All right.
So still a game and a half back of the Astros, and now the Mariners, as we stand going into the rest of the evening, in the third and final AL wild card spot.
So they are behind
The Yankees and Red Sox.
both by a game.
Yankees by a game and a half, Red Sox by a half game.
Half game. Okay. All right.
Going into this evening's
Sure,
slate.
absolutely. I told you yesterday that I thought it was a good thing that Cam Ward was fighting with Jeffrey Simmons in practice.
Mm-hmm.
The team has come out and said pretty much the same thing. They said that's what we needed.
We like the fire.
They say brothers fight. He showed the dog in him, and they liked it. So apparently Titans camp is electric with the feel that they've got a guy that is going to go out, lead by example, not take anything. We're not hitting quarterbacks, so everybody's standing up for him, and the team actually loving it. So that report came out today. It also came out today that Tiger Woods will chair the PGA Tour's new Future Competition Committee. Did you watch the HBO Tiger Woods documentary?
No, I didn't.
Can I recommend that you should?
Okay,
It is
sure.
it is pretty fantastic.
Is it a good one?
It's a 2-part, and it goes into his childhood, growing up with his dad, how insane he was about training, what it was like for him to really fulfill the promise that his dad kind of made, that this guy was going to be a messiah-like figure in golf. And then, of course, it has...
He was the Richard Williams before the Richard Williams with Venus and Serena.
Yeah,
basically.
but a little bit more diabolical in the way that he did it too, and rose to a little higher heights. But then the fall from grace is all in there.
Mm-hmm.
Golf has this infatuation with Tiger. We're constantly trying to find the next Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
which I can understand. He was
It's like the
absolute
NBA trying
greatness.
to find the next Michael Jordan.
But the thing is, Michael Jordan has had some issues where, he didn't look great in the Last Chance documentary. And I know that he tried ownership and he tried coaching, he tried general
Imagine
managing.
Michael Jordan in the age of social media.
Oh, for sure. But here's the thing is we kind of know some of the history of Tiger. And I guess having him involved in golf in some way is good.
Yeah.
But having it be more ceremonious is fine for me.
Yeah.
But putting him in charge of committees to try to figure out what's best for the sport, aren't there better brains we can put on this? Aren't there better people with a little bit more qualification? The idea of this is to make it better for players, fans, and sponsors.
Okay.
I feel like Tiger Woods is a little out of touch.
I think that this might be perhaps more of a figurehead move.
Yep, maybe that's what this is.
Instead of a leadership move.
Yeah, we made up this committee. We put you in charge.
Yeah.
Here you go, Tiger.
So now, and all that being said is that I have always kind of had a soft spot for Tiger because we are roughly the same age.
Sure, yeah.
He's about 8-9 months older than I am.
Yeah.
And when he was at Stanford, I had a buddy, one of my best friends was also at Stanford.
Yeah.
And I think it was also the same time that both I think Fred Savage and Danica McKellar were both at Stanford.
Okay.
At least Danica McKellar, Winnie Cooper.
Sure, yep.
Yes. I feel a sort of kindredness
Okay.
with Tiger Woods that I might not feel otherwise. So, yeah, I have a soft spot for Tiger.
I just feel like putting him in any sort of leadership role, like, I don't know that they did this with Jack or Arnie. They were ceremonial pieces to go and do this.
It's like Magic Johnson being an owner of the Dodgers to me.
Well,
it's more of kind of a figurehead type thing. Magic Johnson is not the owner of the Dodgers. No. He is an owner.
Yeah, but he had a fairly
might be
good
kind of the face of it.
Yeah, but he had a business career that was going in parallel with him becoming part of that, and the story of what he was able to do post NBA career, because he didn't make nearly as much money as Tiger Woods made.
No,
but I think if we could just resign Tiger to just a figurehead role, I think everybody'd be okay with that. I don't need him to go away.
No,
but really, like, he understands what sponsors are looking for.
And maybe the thing is that maybe this is sort of in response to the what is it? The TGL?
Live Golf.
No, not
the golf league. Yeah.
Yes, which is he is a leader of, an owner of it, and so maybe.
All right.
And I think perhaps that people. I was a huge skeptic of that concept going into it, and after watching a few of the rounds, I was like, I get it. I kind of enjoy watching it. And my wife actually said that she enjoyed watching it, which that's a thing. So if Tiger Woods can go and suck in middle-aged wives into watching a golf event indoors with undulating greens and whatnot, then perhaps Tiger is a good guy to pull into this role.
Well, maybe I'll give Tiger more credit than I am right now. I will take your word for that. All right, final story in the buzz. A 13-year-old boy is facing felony charges after leading Multnomah County deputies on a high-speed chase on Sunday. According to Multnomah sheriffs, at 3:15 a.m., the deputies tried to stop a driver she believed was driving under the influence of intoxicants. Turned out it was a 13-year-old behind the wheel
that just doesn't know how to drive.
Well, sure. What ambitions did you have at 13 that would have gotten you anywhere near taking police on a chase?
Peek under the curtain, behind the curtain.
Sure,
I'm not sure that I'm fairly certain neither of my parents are listening to this broadcast, so I feel like I can say this.
You're also what, 40?
49.
49.
Yes.
I think the statute of limitations from you being 13 have expired.
30 plus years ago.
Sure.
I did one time in the afternoon, and I was not of legal driving age, took the car out with one of my friends, and we went on a little joyride in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
We drove all the way from our house to the Whitford Junior High, which is probably a mile and a half or so. And yeah, the entire time I had anxiety. And by the time we got there, I was like, let's go get this car back in the driveway and do the best that I can to park it in the exact same spot so nobody notices.
The only driving.
And long story short, it got noticed.
The only driving I did, my mom had enough trust in me, not knowing how to drive, never taking like a driving lesson or done anything. She asked me to back one of the cars like out of a spot so something could be moved. And I did that thing where you back up and start turning immediately and clipped my brother's truck, and then immediately spent 2 weeks at my cousin's house going, oh no, yeah, I'll just be over here, so he didn't kill me. But that was the only time that I drove. I did not make it out of the driveway. I did not make it out of the spot. I did not make it out of anywhere. So that was all of my pre-license adventures, pre-permit adventures, as they were. Let's walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk and see what we missed.
It was learned today that Rory McIlroy did not leave Augusta National as the Masters champion without one last purchase from the golf shop.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did he? The golf shop, so it's not one of those pimento and cheese sandwiches.
No.
Okay.
So like the pro shop.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Now I got you.
Rory McIlroy, he bought all 1,100 pin flags from the pro shop.
Really?
So he could sign them, and I don't know about giving them away or what have you.
I'm sure he didn't just stick them in a chest.
Well, I'm sure there's probably one that he might put on his wall, but
Yeah.
So, giving away for charities and giveaways and all that kind of
And how many pin flags did you say there were?
1,100.
How about that?
So, and apparently what the deal is that players sign flags all the time for fans, but the golf protocol is that only the Masters champion can sign his name inside the outline of the U.S. that is part of golf's most famous logo. So you have to be a Masters champion to sign inside that yellow United States shape.
Yeah,
So he
that
bought
makes sense.
1,100 to sign, and then whatever, donate to charities and giveaways and auctions and what have you.
That seems cool. Does that devalue if he has
I don't-
1,100 signatures out
No,
there? Well,
I don't
if
think
there
one
was only
bit.
if there was only one, no, it's a cool gesture. I'm not
Yes.
saying that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if there was only one, wouldn't that one be worth a lot more?
Well, yeah.
So he's spreading around the wealth, which
Yeah.
is a good thing. Because if it was one, it'd be one collector,
Yeah.
and if it's 1,100, you potentially have 30 collectors because somebody will buy up too many of them and then ship them
Hey,
out.
look, you know what? Even if I had one of something where there were only 1,100 of them in the world, I'd still be cool with that. I'd be like, you know what? This is pretty cool.
Are you a memorabilia guy? Do you hang on to signatures and things of that nature?
Not huge like that, but like the other day I saw it. What was it? We were cleaning out the garage and I found.
Oh, your soccer ball. You mentioned
well,
that.
yes, our timber soccer ball, my timber soccer ball from sometime in the late 80s or late
Yeah.
70s or early 80s, signed
Yep.
by the team. But found like our old tickets for, this is going to sound lame, a Toadies show that my wife and I went to.
Dude, Rubberneck?
Yes.
Come on, Possum Kingdom. Let's
Exactly.
go. One of the first CDs I ever bought. I bought Blur, self-titled with featuring Song 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought the Toadies Rubberneck album. Those were the first two CDs I'd bought in cassettes before that because
Rubberneck is
I
great, yes.
am an old person.
Yes, the Possum Kingdom, and
Yes.
then Tyler is another great cut on that one.
It's another good cut.
Yes.
Possum Kingdom is the only one that really endures it, where if I'm like, I miss the Toadies.
By the way, Tyler is it's in the old the firm of Harrison Meringue back playlist.
Well,
so,
I listen, not terrible, but I will cycle back to
Yeah.
Possum Kingdom before that.
and also for for a bit of the population out there, also "I Burn" is a great song.
There you go. Only signature I can remember ever getting was on the ticket stub to a Mariners game. Dan Wilson.
Went to a card show, got signed a card by Ken Griffey Jr. and an 8x10 signed by Ken Griffey Sr. because they
Woo,
both
there
did the
you go.
card show together.
Nice.
Yes. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Guess what, Luke? Don't call your mom. You call that George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Will do.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday mornings 6 to 10 a.m. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 a.m. Wednesday on the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Time for the subtext. We've got the clips, but what were they really saying? Let's listen in. Let's listen in. Let's listen in. Let's listen in. Let's listen in.
So how about a window into the future? Expansion, realignment, expanded playoffs. I mean, can you see that down the road?
I can. I think the first two topics are related in my mind. I think if we expand, it provides us with an opportunity to geographically realign. I think we could save a lot of wear and tear on our players in terms of travel. And I think our postseason format would be even more appealing for, entities like ESPN, because you'd be playing up out of the East, out of the West, and that 10 o'clock time slot where we, sometimes get Boston, Anaheim, would be two West Coast teams, and that 10 o'clock slot that's a problem for us sometimes becomes a real opportunity for our West Coast audience. So I think, I think the owners realize that there's demand for Major League Baseball in a lot of great cities, and that we have an opportunity to do something good around that expansion process.
So that is MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred, who a lot of people don't like, but apparently he might be gaining some new fans lately on their plans or contingent plans to expand and realign. Is this good news for Portland? Because we talked about like a New York Post article the other day with their planned expansion and realignment plans that included Nashville and Portland. Do we feel like Portland has a good shot here?
I feel like Portland has a good shot. It sounds like there's 4 cities that they're looking at: Charlotte and Nashville. They want to have one team add to the East, and then Portland and Salt Lake.
See, I thought they wanted 2 in the West to make things even.
Well, they wanted to keep. So the way that it was framed, at least the way that I heard it, they wanted to keep the Rays in the East and keep the A's in the West, with Las Vegas taking over the A's. That keeps the A's in the West. The Rays staying in Tampa, St. Pete, keeps them in the East. And they want to add one team on each coast, the way that I understand it.
Okay.
So Nashville or Charlotte or somewhere in Carolina, because Raleigh still has hockey. And then having either Utah or Portland are the 2 teams that come up again and again. What I think is really good about the whole thing is there's not a lot of specifics in there about, what they're trying to do, but the idea of just going, hey, we can make things better for the players, better for the fans, and better for the sport as a whole. Baseball is very much a regional sport.
Yes.
I mean, this would cut down the amount of travel that specifically the Seattle Mariners have to do. And if you had a Portland team, even more so. I've seen different alignments that include, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, and Colorado. I've seen it where there's a division carved out just for California, where it's the Giants, the Dodgers, the Angels, and the Padres.
And
I've seen it,
Seattle, Portland, Vegas, and Arizona.
Yeah, listen, there's a lot. It's a very fun thing to go and take the exercise and go, all right, here's how I would do it based on what he said. I just like the idea that baseball is now forward thinking. They've already made changes that have improved the game a lot. If one of the things that was during the Little League game that they played at Williamsport, one of the things that I really liked was actually going backwards, but they took out the box for the strike zone during that game. That was actually really nice. So even if you have robot umps, I don't need to know every time they're wrong. Can we just get rid of that? So anyways, but
Alexa, who's Matt Leinart?
From LeagueSports.com. Matt Leinart was a Heisman Trophy-winning quarterback at USC and a top 10 NFL draft pick, but his pro career didn't amount to much.
Really?
Yikes. Oh well.
Wow, Alexa's rough. Damn.
Wow.
That is hilarious.
Alexa not holding back when Matt Leinart's son asks Alexa, who is Matt Leinart? And his pro career did not amount to. I mean, she doesn't lie.
No, that's
still
pretty good.
That's still pretty rough.
And I love Leinart's reaction. I wonder what Siri would say if we asked about us. Hey, Siri, who is Luke Anderson?
Luke Anderson is a mediocre sports radio host in Portland, Oregon. He was also a junior varsity legend. Don't believe me? Just ask him. He'll tell you all about it.
Pretty accurate.
Sounds
That's
about
not
right.
bad.
Sounds about right.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Uh-huh.
I need the beat. Hey Siri.
There we go.
Who is Jeff Rust?
Jeff Rust is too sexy for his shirt. Too sexy for his shirt. So sexy it hurts.
Yeah, look, Siri, she nailed that one.
One more for the road next. It's the Fan Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
Thanks, hot shot.
Welcome back to the Fan Happy Hour. We're about to wrap things up.
Maybe you guys like what I have so far?
Wicked woman, cool creams and misters. You got a cool spell on me.
Let's grab one more for the road.
Come on, everybody. Everything's smooth.
Here's Luke Anderson.
All right, Mr. Rust, what are people saying on the text and social and things and stuff?
Regarding the golf stuff, Joel S. on the YouTube chat says, I think we're a year away from Tiger being able to dominate the senior tour.
Oh, there you go.
And then also regarding...
Taking out Freddie Couples.
Right, exactly. Well, I just realized the other day, I think it was last week, I was like, oh my gosh, Justin Leonard is on the senior tour.
The Champions Tour?
Whatever, sure. That still made me feel old.
Yeah, no kidding.
The same Joel S. also said, would have been cooler if he bought the last 11,000 pimento cheese sandwiches and signed those for friends.
just got them in freeze packs.
Yeah.
And just go, hey, here's one right out.
And then on the text line, committee chairs often don't do all the work. That's what staff is for. But having
Fair
Tiger
point.
as the chair of the committee will give whatever recommendations they came up with a lot more heft than having some no-name, even ex-golfer.
Well, I think your point about the golf league is fair, and I hadn't really considered that. I never got really caught up in it, and the fact that you and your wife both did. I mean, you talk about catching the casual golf fan.
It is
and
a
making
fun,
it
fast-paced event.
Okay,
and
yeah.
it's interesting watching like the green that they have in there and how they can raise and lower, and the green undulates, and it's an interesting event.
I will have to try that on. I assume they're doing it again, and
I think it starts again in December.
All I know is when I put on
like a long time.
When I put on actual golf tournaments, even if it's a major, usually the response from my children and my wife is an eye roll. I can get them in on the Masters a little bit if it's compelling at the end, like it was last year, but that's about as close as I can get. We have college football this weekend. It is very, very exciting. So we will actually have games that matter. I guess all the games in the Big 12 matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess.
And your official.
There is a game that matters this weekend.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you've got,
on the national landscape. Look, to the other teams, of course, that are playing. Yes, of course, it matters.
2 days, 18 hours, 8 minutes, and 44 seconds until you have kickoff at 9 a.m. on Saturday between Iowa State and Kansas State. So that is a Big 12 matchup. If you have any idea who the Big 12 champion will be at the end of the year, I would like to follow all of your bets because you are clairvoyant in some way. Because nobody picked Arizona State. As a matter of fact, they picked them at the absolute bottom last year when they were looking at who was going to win that conference. And there still is a playoff spot available for them. But more importantly, 15 days, 2 hours, and 28 minutes. And 9 seconds until we have NFL football. Have you started watching Hard Knocks this season?
I have never really been a Hard Knocks guy.
Neither have I. The Buffalo Bills are the centerpiece this year. It's fascinating. I was watching some clips yesterday, so we were going to talk about it in the subtext, but we didn't get to it. But they showed one of their veteran cornerbacks wringing out his socks, and it was called the grossest clip from
I can only
Hard
imagine.
Knocks so far.
I got a link to it, and I didn't watch it because I was like, I don't feel like throwing up right now.
But the first 2 episodes, I haven't watched the third one that came out yesterday or the day before, but I have not watched it yet. But Hard Knocks is really, really good. Josh Allen obviously featured heavily. Sean McDermott has been really good in it. So if you are like Jeff Rust, I will recommend, because I was the same way, never been a real big Hard Knocks fan. It's really good so far.
Coolio.
The other question I have for you is, did you know that we're planning to go to the moon next year?
I guess it's the first time in a while. Hasn't, like, I forget. I'm not sure when the last time we actually went was, but I feel like it was longer ago than most of us might imagine. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think that you're correct about that. So today is the 50th anniversary of us launching the Viking probe to Mars.
Okay.
So we sent that. So I started looking at space. I'm like, man, what have we done? Like 50 years ago seems like a long time ago. And I know we've sent telescopes up and we get these cool pictures back. But Apollo 11 landed on the moon in 1969. Like that is a very long time ago. And
landed on the moon.
Yeah, amen. So I just pulled up like what have the coolest space missions been? And you've got the space shuttle and you've got the space station. But the final one, and this is from Discover magazine, the final one that they had is the Artemis project. And their goal is to land on the south pole of the moon in 2026.
Okay.
I had no idea that we were planning to do something like that.
Well, that's fine. And I guess as far as the moon goes, I just always thought it was just one big cold rock, so I didn't know that there was a North Pole and a South Pole and such. I mean, I guess
yeah, and I hadn't really put any consideration in that, but I mean, if we're gonna get live feeds and think of how fun it will be to have the president pretend that that one's fake and all of the things that come along with like all of the conspiracy,
Sorry.
but. That's why I said it. Exactly. That's why I didn't say it to depress you. I just make sure that you were getting ready for it.
I'm not ready for much of what's coming these next couple of years, to be honest with you, but I digress.
So here's my question for you. This is the one more for the road. Is if I could put you on a commercial space flight, if you
I would not, no.
That quick?
No, absolutely not.
Over the next 15 years.
Absolutely
you're still
the heckin' not. Like I'm ready to have to press this dump button. No effing way. No, I don't like flying in a regular airplane.
Yeah, so
I'm not going into outer space.
Artemis goes up and lands on the south pole of the moon, puts in a Topgolf. You're not going. They make it not only as safe but safer than air travel. Boeing has nothing
Still
to do
not
with
getting
it.
Me on there. Nope.
You can do it for like $30 on a weekend. Just chuck your way up to the moon.
No.
Go and just smack a 900-yard drive.
No. I'll go to the Topgolf right next to me in Hillsboro. That's about a 9-minute drive. So thank you. No.
All right.
You can keep me right the hell out of
Fan
space.
Text line 503-2GO-FAN. If we could make it safe, make it efficient, make it cost relative, would you go to the moon and visit to have it be something you would? Just throw the kids in. Let's go. What are you doing for spring break next year? I'm going to the moon.
Yeah, I know. I'll go spend it in Manzanita.
I don't know if it happens in our lifetime, but I will say that I'm intrigued. I went on a swim with sharks. I'm happy to go zip lining. I've never been, but I think I'm game for some bungee jumping. You know what? That'd be a way to celebrate your 100th birthday. What could go wrong, right?
My 8-year-old keeps asking me, she's like, Dad, when do you want to go bungee jumping? I'm like, never.
Never?
I don't want to. No.
All right. Well,
I don't want to.
All right. Well, you're scared. I appreciate that. Thanks for taking the smelling salts. You were full of energy today, Jeff Rustin. I appreciate it. So thank you. Thank everybody. I thank everybody for listening, and thank you as always to Isaac Ropp. We're done for now. Bye-bye.
Enjoy it. It's your last chance anyhow.
He got bad intentions.
Hey, it's Suk, and everyone's always asking me what makes advanced hair restoration different from all the others. Well, allow me to share some details